It's Vaccine Day on KOAM, a chance for you to get your vaccine questions answered by health experts. The CDC hands down new guidance saying vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks in most cases, and we'll hear from health officials about vaccination rate discrepancies between area counties.
The 4 states most watched news starts now.
The phone lines are open. You're looking at a live image from our Mercy Hospital call center, where experts are standing by to answer your questions concerning COVID-19 vaccines. It's your chance to get vaccine-related information straight from a medical professional free of charge. The number to call is 1-800-942-2727. The phone bank runs until 6:30 p.m. We're going to check back in live in just a couple of minutes. But first, the CDC this afternoon updated its COVID-19 guidance on masks. Now, anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in large or small indoor and outdoor activities without wearing a mask. This comes just in time for young people to begin receiving the COVID vaccine as the summer months approach. Deborah Alfarone reports.
15-year-old Truman Drager received his first dose of the Pfizer vaccine at this Fairfax, Virginia site.
It's just like a normal shot, like a flu shot. I really wanted to be vaccinated just to protect others around me and myself.
15-year-old Julia Chen also got hers.
I feel like I really wanted to get out, and so I'm excited because, especially since it's summer, I can enjoy it with my friends.
This is the first day young people aged 12 and older can come to this site and get a vaccine shot. We spoke to several teens today who say they want more young people to get the shot.
It's very important for everyone to get vaccinated for the safety of the nation.
The faster we're all vaccinated, the faster things can go back to normal.
That's the message top White House health officials are also pushing. Thursday, the CDC loosened its guidance, saying fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask or socially distance, both outdoors and indoors.
If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said fully vaccinated Americans must still wear masks when traveling and according to state, local, and business requirements. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Fairfax, Virginia.
The Biden administration is working with states to get pediatricians and family physicians enrolled to receive vaccine doses, and officials say more than 14,000 pharmacies are ready to administer shots. Since the CDC approved Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids as young as 12, we wanted to hear from a local health official about that decision. Dr. Tim Stebbins with the Crawford County Health Department says COVID is a risk that even young people should try to avoid.
Well, they don't get very sick. And you know what? That's true. Most of them don't. We still have some that do. And we still have some kids that have significant long-term effects from COVID-19. And so we want to prevent that.
Clinical trials showed the vaccine to be 100% effective on teens with similar side effects to what's been shown in adults. With the Pfizer vaccine now approved for 12 to 15-year-olds, KOAM's Mike Mahoney checked out a Crawford County clinic aimed at vaccinating local teens.
Dow, getting 16 and 17-year-olds vaccinated against COVID-19 is the name of the game here at the Crawford County Health Department. But as you're about to see, this isn't like your typical vaccination clinic.
And that's because the Crawford County Health Department wants 4 state teens associating COVID-19 vaccinations with good times, like the many fun summer activities they'll get to do once they're safely vaccinated. That's why music, cotton candy, and even goodie bags were all a part of today's vaccination experience.
Kids do have a robust immune system. But still, as social as they are, things do spread very rapidly, and so this protects them, it protects their social life, it gives them freedom.
Coming up at 6, you're going to meet a Crawford County teen who got her second vaccination today and hear what she thinks about it. In Pittsburgh, Kansas, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
While COVID-19 vaccines have never been more available in Missouri, reports show vaccination rates can vary depending on location. The CDC says 41% of people in Joplin have received COVID-19 shots, while just 20% of residents in Jasper and Newton counties have been vaccinated. Jasper and Newton County health officials say vaccine availability and 2 large hospitals in Joplin are the main reasons for the difference in vaccination rates. County health officials say beyond those 2 factors, zip codes could play a big part in the reported number of vaccinated people.
There are a lot of people who live in Joplin zip codes that don't actually live in the city of Joplin, but oftentimes they get reported as Joplin cases and or Joplin immunizations. And so it's really difficult to kind of separate that out.
Both the city and county health departments say they'll continue to hold clinics in hopes of increasing the vaccine percentages. Checking in with Doug Heading now. Beautiful day out there, Doug.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a fantastic day. Plenty of sunshine all day long. Temperatures great after a very cold start this morning. In fact, we had a record low all the way down into the mid to upper 30s. We look fine, but we're going to watch these thunderstorms up to our north. These are across parts of Nebraska. They're going to dive southeast as we go through the evening into the overnight hours for us tonight. Some of those will try to get in late tonight into tomorrow morning, but as of right now, we look good. We're sitting into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Let's go through time. We'll stop at about midnight. You can see some clouds starting to increase, and then in the corner of your screen, you can start to see those thunderstorms late tonight into tomorrow morning. So we're going to watch those, and we have plenty of chances for thunderstorms as we go through the next several days. So we're going to break that all down for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. President Biden says Colonial Pipeline is once again operating at full capacity after a cyber attack, but it'll be at least a couple of days before gas stations are back up to speed in the southeast. The president says Russian criminals are behind the attack. He also says any price gouging will be punished and urged drivers not to panic buy gasoline. President Biden hosted a group of Republican senators looking for a compromise on a new infrastructure bill. Republicans are looking for a bill about a third the size of the president's proposal, and they want to focus on traditional infrastructure projects such as roads and bridges. The president says he's willing to pass his proposal in two parts. A little bit later, as more people prepare to travel, airports take steps to make sure everyone stays safe. And the Mercy Call Center remains open. Get answers to your vaccine questions from a health professional. Call 1-800-942-2727 right now. We're going to go there live next. Health experts at Joplin's Mercy Hospital are manning the phones right now to take your vaccine questions. KOAM's Chris Warner is live at Mercy Hospital with Kathy Shook, the Director of Women's and Children's Services at Mercy. Chris.
That's right. Since 6 this morning, these folks have been here taking your calls and answering your questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. And as mentioned, we've got Kathy Shook, Director of Women's and Children's Services here at Mercy, and she's going to answer a couple of additional questions that you may have about the COVID vaccine. One of the first questions we've got is just what's the number one question that you get from parents now that the vaccine has been opened up to a younger age group?
So the concern that we get from the parents is whether or not this is going to make their children sick. And the answer to that is no. You will not get COVID from the COVID vaccine. It is not a live virus. What you may see your children, you might see them have a low-grade fever, some tenderness at the injection site, and that's what we expect. We expect to see that, and that tells you that their body's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's starting to produce antibodies against the COVID virus. So that's a good thing if they get those symptoms from the vaccine.
Gotcha. And another question that we're getting is in our area, there are a number of kids who live with their grandparents. So does that change the advice that you're giving when it comes to kids getting the vaccine?
So it's really an important question, and we see a change in the way families are structured and who's raising children today. And our kids are usually asymptomatic carriers. They're a large carrier that don't. When I say asymptomatic, that means that they're not sick, but their grandparents or elderly people are quite vulnerable to the disease. So what happens is even though our kids don't feel sick and they think they're fine, they could inadvertently take this virus home to their grandparents. Well, that could make them quite ill or unfortunately even cause them to suffer death from the virus, as we've seen in the past. So more and more reason for those people who are exposed to the elderly, please get vaccinated. It's very essential.
All right, Kathy, thank you so much for your time. And of course, that's just a couple of questions. If you've got additional questions, they're here right now taking your calls until 6:30. All you need to do is call 1-800-942-2727. Reporting live from Mercy Hospital in Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. More people are planning vacations, but as restrictions ease, what are airports doing to protect travelers? Well, here's what could be coming to an airport near you to keep you safe from COVID-19. These travelers arriving from Florida at Flint Bishop Airport in Michigan are warmly greeted by an officer.
How are you?
But what they don't realize is that hiding behind the visor on her helmet is a tiny camera scanning their temperatures. It red flags anyone registering 100.4 or higher.
You have 97.4 degrees.
The smart helmet is a new tool to help detect COVID-19.
The brain of it is right up here in the top. It has a camera on the front of it right here, and it also has an infrared camera on the Picatinny rail on the side of it here. That's thermal imaging.
The helmet can scan up to 30 people at a time from 21 feet away. It was developed by a company in Italy and first used in Rome.
When we started the first with the pandemic, we did take temperatures just remotely with an officer here at the door, but we were missing the people coming off the plane, and that was a big gap.
The display on the inside looks like a 72-inch screen in front of the user's right eye. It's giving the flying community added peace of mind.
Just as your safety features are in your plane and anything else you do, the more you know, the better you make a choice.
A little later, the Labor Department releases its latest weekly unemployment report as more states end pandemic-level benefits.
Plus, as we start to warm up, our thunderstorm chances increase. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a pretty good day for us today. Temperatures warmer as we press 70 degrees during the afternoon, which is always nice to see as May has been kind of chilly. We've had some good weekends, but during the weeks, it's been kind of cool. 60s last week, and then this week we've had 50s, but we are starting to warm up, so we're getting closer to that average high as we go through the next few days. Allergies still high. On a scale of 1 to 10, today's a 7, tomorrow's an 8, so these continue to creep up over the next few days. But look at our temps, near 70 in our western counties, and then once you get in extreme southeastern Kansas, southwestern parts of Missouri, most of you are sitting into the upper 60s. But it looks good. We're looking east from the station, currently at 67. Easterly winds are light at about 5. Humidity is fairly low at 37%. As we go through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 60s, 50s, not as chilly as what we did see this morning, but still upper 40s to near 50 degrees for overnight lows. Pretty much clear skies though. There's just not much going on here. We have to track north. Look at these thunderstorms out across parts of Nebraska. These are going to dive southeast tonight, and we are going to get some in here late tonight into tomorrow morning, but I'm not really worried about a severe threat. We still kind of have an easterly wind, but look at the winds back out across western Kansas. They switch to the south. So as our winds switch to the south over the next day or two, our air mass will become a little bit more unstable and chances for severe weather will start to increase as we got this system out across California. It's going to kind of spit little chunks of energy at us as we go through the next several days. All right, let's break it down. For us tonight, we're fine most of the night. Here's early tomorrow morning. We got some scattered thunderstorms in our far western counties. And these guys are going to try to get in here. So when you wake up in the morning, we are going to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So here's the noon hour, and still even into the afternoon, we'll have some scattered thunderstorms around. But the good news here is nothing's going to be too strong and nothing's going to be severe. 66 by noon, high temp right around 71. Then tomorrow night, more thunderstorms start to fire back toward the west. These will try to work in by the time we head into Saturday morning. These are also going to be scattered. Not expecting these to be severe. As we go into Saturday afternoon, they become a little bit more numerous. Showers and thunderstorms. There's a very low chance some of these could be severe late in the day on Saturday into Saturday night, but I think our chances will go up a little bit as we head into Sunday. So let's go into Sunday morning, some scattered thunderstorms, and then again, by the time we head into Sunday afternoon, we'll get additional scattered thunderstorms across the region. And this trend continues. Scattered thunderstorms on Monday. We can go to Tuesday. Let's go into Wednesday. And our severe weather will kind of increase as we go through the week. So we're going to have plenty of rain chances over the next several days. All right, 71 tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms. But if we look at our severe threat, I don't think tomorrow is going to be a problem. So I'm not going to go with a severe threat tomorrow, but here's Saturday. We're going to keep it very low. We're going to up it to low on Sunday, a little down on Monday, back up on Tuesday. But as these events get closer to us, we may have to up these chances for severe weather as we go into next week. The weekend looks pretty good, but we're going to be dodging storms, and really dodging storms for about the next 10 days and that severe threat. But temperature is pretty good, upper 70s to near 80.
And I know you'll keep an eye on those storms for us.
Yes, I will.
Thanks, Doug. Remember, you can call our hotline number right now, 1-800-942-2727. Ask your vaccine-related questions. Mercy Hospital professionals will take those calls. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Dale Nolan served in the U.S. Navy from 1967 to 1970. The Joplin native was stationed in the Mediterranean Sea, and we salute Petty Officer 2nd Class Dale Nolan, a four-state hero. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits fell last week to the lowest level in more than a year. But the labor market continues to be a major concern. More states are opting out of the enhanced federal unemployment program, saying some people are choosing benefit checks over paychecks. Reporter Michael George takes a closer look.
From Texas to Indiana to Wisconsin, restaurants are looking to hire.
What we found is there are not a lot of workers.
Senate Republicans blame the enhanced federal unemployment benefits, saying they're an incentive for workers to stay home.
We had job fairs in our cities. Nobody showed up.
Florida's Marco Rubio introduced legislation to repeal the federal program, which pays $300 a week on top of state benefits.
It's logic that if you're going to make close to what, or as much, in some cases more than what you do when you're at work, you'll go back to work when that expires.
More than a dozen states have already made the move. Governors saying they're opting out of the federal supplement, which was a lifeline during the height of the pandemic.
It's time that we end these programs that have incentivized people to stay out of the workforce.
The Biden administration says there are more complicated factors keeping workers home. Some are still concerned about COVID-19, and others struggle to find childcare. The nation has more than 8 million job openings. But Bankrate's Mark Hamrick says there's no hard evidence that workers are choosing to stay home. And he believes the extra benefits have served an important purpose.
I do think that these payments have made a big difference. And this is one of the things that has been used to, I'll say, mitigate the exacerbation of wealth and income inequality that has long been an issue in this country and has been worsened during this downturn.
Amazon is one of the companies looking to hire. The retailer has 75,000 openings to fill and is offering bonuses to attract workers. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
A final check of the forecast next. CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, authorities in Newton and McDonald counties charge a man allegedly involved in a shooting incident with law enforcement officers. Plus, we're going to hear from a health official in Oklahoma about that state's goal of administering 3 million doses of COVID vaccine by Memorial Day. And our call center remains open. Health officials at Mercy Hospital Joplin will continue to answer your questions about the vaccine. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Doug Hetty, beautiful evening out there.
Yeah, the evening looks fantastic as we slide back through the 60s, 50s, upper 40s for overnight lows. We are going to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms, non-severe, late tonight into tomorrow morning, and then a few more trying to pop up tomorrow afternoon. Also, a big round Saturday morning, and then additional ones Saturday afternoon into the evening. We do have at least a low threat of severe weather on Saturday and Sunday, and that severe threat sticks around most of next week.
Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.